One quick note, guys, I am actually doing a quick project, and that is to make a video entirely on one device, which is my iPhone. So if this is not exactly the best quality ever, though it should be because this is a 4K at 60 video, so if you want to watch it at 4K at 60, go ahead, put it on your 4K at 60 monitor, and just the editing quality is not going to be that great. Alright, let's get to it. A few announcements that I just wanted to make. First of all, this phone is awesome. That's the biggest one. And I have another announcement I need to make. The dehumidifier's on. So the Samsung Galaxy A50 is no longer in my possession. I do not have it in my hands anymore. I can't hold it up because I don't have it. It is now in my parents' possession because they are still deciding who's going to get it. So I don't have a phone anymore. It's now just back to my iPhone. And then the other announcement I wanted to make, which is a little more hard to explain, is the Portless challenge. So if you want a more in-depth idea of what the Portless challenge is, I recommend you go search up Talos of Tech because he did the Portless challenge. I'm not too sure how long he lasted. Oh wait, he broke it when he was testing out the 18-watt charger with the 11 Pro. I think he started the Portless challenge with the iPhone 10, and it lasted 2 years for him. I don't think I'll be able to do that for 2 years, but I still want to see how long I can go before I can plug in a cable again. So here's how the Portless challenge works, and I'd like you guys to participate in it too. So here's how the Portless challenge works. It's essentially where you're not allowed to plug a single thing into your phone. So if you don't have a headphone jack on your phone, well, good news, you're covered. You don't have to plug headphones in because you're not supposed to. And for those of you who do have a headphone jack, sorry, you're not allowed to plug your headphones in. And what about the charge ports? Now, unless your phone does not have wireless charging, then you probably can't participate in this. But if you have an iPhone 8, 8 Plus, 10, 10s, 10s Max, 10R, 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, then you're good to go. And Samsung-wise, if you have an S7 or newer, Note 7 or newer, oh wait, I should probably say Note 8 or newer. We all know what happened to the Note 7. Pretty much, if your phone has a thing called wireless charging, you can look it up online if you need to find that out. It's an easy, does this phone have wireless charging? And usually it gets answered yes or no. And if you do have, and if your phone does have wireless charging, you can quickly run out to Walmart and buy a cheap $5 to $10 wireless charger. This one here cost me about $15, just because it's in the stand form. But I got a pad upstairs that's about $10. Not the fastest in the world, but hey, it gets the job done. So that's what you do for charging the device without plugging it in. But what about the other one, which is data transfer? Well, you essentially got to do everything you can to not plug a cable in. Pretty much good luck with that. But I can give you a hint for iOS users, or actually 2 hints. So obviously there is AirDrop, which allows me to send a file quickly from my Apple devices to other Apple devices, except I got a problem with that because my MacBook here does not have AirDrop. So how am I supposed to do my transfers if my iPhone is my camera and my Mac is my editor? I'm going to use what's called iTunes Wi-Fi Connect. It's essentially where It's essentially just like plugging in your phone into your computer and using iTunes to do your syncing, except this is all done on Wi-Fi. Best part, no internet required, since obviously internet here is terrible. But all you have to do is have your device, your iPhone and your Mac hooked up to the same Wi-Fi network, and you will have to plug it in once to get it set up and configured, but once you get it plugged in and set up and configured, you tap the sync this phone over Wi-Fi, and then you can do all the same stuff as if you just plugged it in with the cable, except it's over Wi-Fi. And in terms of my files, because you can't really send photos from the device to the computer in iTunes, instead it's the other way around. All I have to do is just save it to the files, save my videos and pictures to the Files app, and then do file transfer through iTunes. So that's pretty much how it's done. And what about headphones? Well, all you need is a set of AirPods or Bluetooth headphones, which is what I use. I don't have AirPods yet, but I'm going to get some at some point. And that's how you participate in the Portless challenge. It's essentially all you have to do is not use the port on your phone. Now, obviously, pretty much only phones come with wireless charging, so at this point it's technically impossible to not be able to wirelessly charge. So it's technically not possible to go portless on, well, example, my MacBook, or an iPad, or maybe my iPod Touch. So if it doesn't have wireless charging, or if it kind of requires a cable in order to work, no, that's not participating in the Portless challenge. The way you participate is just the phone itself. And then one quick announcement I have yet to make is the studio is almost done. Well, my desk setup here is done. You've noticed I've been in the chair a lot, which is right over there. But the studio isn't exactly complete just yet, because we still have to get flooring and a couple doors in. So after that, after those two things happen, then I'll be able to give you a studio tour. But then again, those things have to happen first. Alright, this is the first vlog type video I've done. So, quite an experience. Alright, Random Alpha signing out.